Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make taco DIY seasoning and tortillas. The tortillas I've already started. I'm going to tell you about them and give you the link to them. But I'm going to make the DIY seasoning. Oh my goodness, with you. I am still pretty under the weather, so that's what it is. That's it. I want to mix all of these seasonings, and then we're going to put them into our ground beef. What kind of tacos do you like? Thumbs up, hearts, share this video if you too like tacos. Save it. And this is a great seasoning to make that you can use at any time. Like, you can make double or triple of the recipe, and then that way you can have it like saved in an extra, when one of your containers goes down, you can use it in that, and then you can just use it whenever you need it. And I love it because there's nothing extra, it's just the spices. I have these tortillas. They are maybe about done. So I'm maybe gonna see if this side over here is done. No, not quite. All right, so I'll tell you about those in a second. They're getting close to being done. I'm gonna double my recipe because I want to have some left over. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. Oh, I have 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of pink salt. And 2 tablespoons of cilantro cilantro English. So dried cilantro. I was like, I don't know what this is called in English. Dried cilantro flakes. 2 tablespoons. I think this cup is going to be too small. I might need to get a bigger one. And then we're going to use a tablespoon and a teaspoon of cumin. A tablespoon. And, oh my goodness, it's clumpy. A tablespoon and a teaspoon of this. So this is, for me, this is much better than buying like a taco packet because I can control, there's no extra preservatives, I can control all of that. And then I'm gonna use a tablespoon and a teaspoon of paprika. I think this is brand new, yeah. Tablespoon and a teaspoon of paprika. So tablespoon and a teaspoon of paprika. Tell me where you're watching from, and if you like tacos but like them. The girls requested tacos tonight, and they requested these particular tortillas, which are tortillas made of mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, and almond flour. They're their favorites. And they're flexible, they hold food. And we're gonna pause and check on the tortillas, because I think they're about ready. Yep. So I need to make space in my tortilla holder for them. They don't look like they are flexible. And I'm gonna wait to cook the rest of them till after I get this meat started. So now I have, the last ones are 2 teaspoons of each of these. So 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Tonight we're gonna have tomato, spinach, tortillas, cheese, and ground beef in our tacos. And avocado and sour cream. How about you? What would you put in yours? Okay, well, that was 1. Now we need a second one. 2 teaspoons. And then 2 teaspoons of black pepper. 1, 2. All right. And then one last thing is 2 teaspoons of chili powder. And I'm gonna need to dump this into another container. Tell me where you're watching from. Say hello. I would love to say hi. Tell me what you like to put in your tacos. What kind of, this would work in chicken or beef or pork tacos, the seasoning. Definitely need a bigger container. So I'm gonna mix this in a bigger bowl. Hold on one second, I'm coming back. Okay, what? All right, I'm back. All right, I'm gonna mix it in this. And now all we gotta do is add 2 tablespoons for 2 pounds of, it's about a tablespoon per pound of ground beef or pound of meat. So you can do it to taste, but I'm gonna start with that. 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon per pound or 2. It's up to you on how strong you want the seasoning to be. 1 or 2 per pound. I would start with 1, and then if you want to make it stronger, then add 2 tablespoons per pound. All right, now I'm ready to go and start making my meat. All you got to do is cook it. That's it. Put it on it and cook it. Now for these tortillas, I doubled my recipe so that we could have bigger tortillas. So I already have the dough ready to go, and it is, so I doubled it, so it's 2 cups of mozzarella cheese and 4 ounces of cream cheese and 3/4 cup of almond flour. And then I'm putting it into my tortilla press. Inside some plastic. And press until it's nicely pressed. It's gonna be a little too big here, or a little bit too thin, and then I'm gonna undo it or like stretch it out. Oh, oops, not right there. I don't want it to have a hole in it. Stretch it out a little bit in this part. So this end, the ones that got too thin will be like that. So this one didn't get quite as nicely circular, but that's okay. And then you throw it on your griddle. It has oil on there, and with this size that you just saw in the beginning of tortillas, it's gonna make about 7. These are gonna be maybe bigger. So yeah, 7 or 8. So between 7 and 8 of bigger sized tortillas. If you want them to be smaller, it'll make more. I wanted them to be bigger this time, and I doubled the recipe. So again, I got it too pushed down on this side. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use my fingers to kind of extend it over here. And you can also push down a little bit on the other side. It does have some pink salt in it as well, and then I put pink salt on both sides of it as well. But I'll drop the recipe, the link to the recipe in the comments. And this one's gonna be pretty big, so I'm gonna actually cut this one in half. Just so we have an even number, since we have an even number of people in our family. Do you have a tortilla press? If you do, have one in the comments. If you don't, put not yet in the comments. These are pretty economical in Amazon. This is a like copper one or a metal one, but you can also get a plastic one or even wooden ones depending on where you live. I'm going to put pink salt on the top of each of those, and then I'll flip them. You want to make sure that they get cooked so they're golden on both sides. And then I'm going to start making my meat, and while my meat is cooking, I will cut up my veggies to go inside of our tortillas and our tacos. Sometimes my husband just likes to, like, once these are made, he likes to break them into pieces and put them into his salad, like a taco salad. Tell me what you would do. Would you eat them as a tortilla, or would you make them into bits and put them in a salad? All right. Now I'm going to lightly sprinkle pink salt. And then flip it, and then we're done. That is it. So I'm gonna get finishing on cooking the meat, but here is our DIY taco seasoning ready to go and then to save for later. I hope you have a wonderful night from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!